Kindly rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any agenda deletions or corrections? Seeing none, the first item on our agenda tonight is the consent agenda.
Yeah, hang on.
Do we have one?
Agenda deletion, let me find it here. The number 5, consider designating a person for entity as compliance officer. I think we need to table that for tonight. Delete it.
Is the board fine with that? Okay. 5 is scratched from our agenda. Anything else? All right, then we'll get to our consent agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion. Fringes, a total amount of $44. Minutes to approve, February 25, 2025 work session, February 26, 2025 work session, February 28, 2025 work session, March 4, 2025 board meeting, March 4, 2025 special meeting closed, March 4, 2025 work session. C, approve payroll removal, Samuel Sheffer, IT Help Desk, effective March 3, 2025. D, approve payroll removal, Evan Folk, IT Network Administrator, effective March 10, 2025. E, approve payroll removal, Joseph Thompson, IT Engineer 1, effective March 10, 2025. F, approve payroll removal, Zach Snook, Facilities Director, effective March 14, 2025. G, approve Class C retail alcohol license for The Hive at Busy Bee Inc. H, set public hearing date for April 1st, 2025 at 9:35 a.m. for Jarrett and Caroline Koenig for a rezoning of lands owned by 4 Bucks LLC from A1 Agricultural District to C2 General Commercial Highway Service District. And I set a public hearing date for April 1, 2025 at 9:40 a.m. to consider the 5-year construction program commencing July 1, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2030. Do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
Motion? Second.
We have a motion to pass and a second. Any discussion from the board? Roll call, please.
Erickson?
Aye.
DeWitt?
Aye.
Arnold?
Aye.
McIntyre?
No.
DeCook?
Aye. Motion carries. Number 3, consider appointing Todd, I'm going to say the name wrong.
Zonswinger.
Zonswinger.
Number 2.
Oh, sorry, claims. Yeah, I'm getting ahead. Claims, we have a claims figure of $678,107.99. Do we have a motion on the claims? A motion to approve the claims? I'll make a motion to approve the claims. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion from the board? Roll call, please.
Erickson?
Aye.
DeWitt?
Aye.
Arnold?
Aye.
McIntyre?
Aye.
DeCook?
Aye. Motion carries. Number 3, consider appointing Todd
Zonswinger.
Zonswinger to the Zoning Commission with possible action.
I'll make a motion to appoint Todd Zonswinger to the Zoning Commission.
I think it's the planning, okay, yeah, it's the commission, sorry. I will second that.
You have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from the board? While I mispronounced your name, and I apologize for it, I am appreciative when anyone steps up and serves on one of these boards and commissions. It is important, and so thank you for your service. With that, roll call, please.
Erickson?
Aye.
DeWitt?
Aye.
Arnold?
Aye.
McIntyre?
Aye.
DeCook?
Aye. Motion carries. Congrats. Number 4, consider an amendment for the 2020-28E agreement related to the county's shared responsibility to receive and implement federal grant funds available through the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act of 2014, the WIOA, with possible action.
Make a motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion from the board? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Erickson.
Aye.
DeWitt.
Aye.
Arnold.
Aye.
McIntyre.
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye. Motion carries. We are skipping number 5, so number 6 is consider Collections 20E agreement with Union County with possible action. So this was in our packet. It's very similar to the other counties that our county attorney office works with to help with their collections and then keeps a percentage thereof for Warren County. So it's sort of mutually beneficial for both entities, and I would be supportive of it. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
I will say that our county is the only county in Iowa that actually, the county attorney's office collects these funds.
You
As
do.
an active, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Appreciate that.
Is that a second, Crystal?
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion or comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Erickson.
Aye.
DeWitt.
Aye.
Arnold.
Aye.
McIntyre.
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 7 is consider the following DCAT contracts with possible action. A, the community support contract, number DCAT A526001. And B is the second amendment to the DCAT coordination contract, contract number DCAT 5-24-001.
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second. Is there any comments from the board or discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Erickson.
Aye.
DeWitt.
Aye.
Arnold.
Aye.
McIntyre.
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye, motion carries. Number 8 is receive and file reports. Tonight, we have reports from the Humane Society as well as the Recorder. And at this point, I will make a motion to receive and file those 2 respective reports. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Do we have any discussion or comments from the board? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Erickson.
Aye.
DeWitt.
Aye.
Arnold.
Aye.
McIntyre.
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye, motion carries. Number 9 on our agenda is a supervisor's report. Would anyone like to share?
I will. I am excited to announce that our counties have a total of 3,743 vets buried here, and out of those, 3,435 of them have been verified by our VA office. And just, if you remember, in the beginning, we, as a board, approved up to $8,000. This puts it over that amount by $500. So just wanted to put that on your radar for amendments in June. I have met with Aging Resources Board of Directors twice in the last 2 months, and met with Impact Community Action Program once. I wasn't approved yet by the board by their board to meet in January. And had numerous talks with department heads concerning some county business and individuals trying to recruit for some township trustees and some road issues, and that's my report.
Thank you, Supervisor McIntyre. Would anyone else like to share?
I will share that I was last week elected to be the chair of the DCAT board, so, well, I don't know what I'm in for yet, but we'll see,
Congratulations.
I think.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Brian or?
I'll pass.
Okay. I'll just give a quick update on the budget season. Numbers got printed or went to publication earlier this month, so those are the high water marks of what the county can collect in tax revenue. We're still working through the budget. We're not quite finished with it yet, and so we've got some placeholders to address. We will continue to work through that process. What you will notice I'm pretty firm in believing that this board is making some trims to the county budget in general, somewhat out of necessity, as the levy rates are coming down through the state of Iowa legislation that's passed that will be in effect until at least 2029. And so as those levy rates come down, the county can collect, as well as cities will be able to collect less in tax revenue. And so counties and cities have to make some decisions on funding priorities, being prudent with your tax dollars. And I will tell you that we are close to being revenue neutral. That is a very different position than this county was in last year for the budget, where the budget was approved, but I believe somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.3 or $1.4 million of reserves funds were used in making that budget. So budget got approved, but our reserve funds decreased to make that happen. And as the levy rates come down, that's just not a tenable position to continue to be in long-term. It's not sustainable. So I'm very proud of this board for the work that we've done so far. I think we'll finish strong. And so we'll keep giving updates and we'll finalize some numbers in the next few weeks, but it's going well. Although, folks are going to be, there's just some realities to that. When there's less dollars, there's going to be less funds to spend on different things, and so you probably will see some of that, but that is part of the process. I think the board's making prudent decisions in doing so and trying to do so in a fair and even-handed manner. So I'm pleased with the progress so far, and I'm pretty confident that we're going to hit a break-even budget, maybe just slightly under break-even. We shall see. But anyways, that's my general comment. All right, number 10, public input. Comments tonight will be limited to 3 minutes per individual. The board will not take any action on the comments due to the requirements of the open meeting law, but may do so in the future. We frequently do. No public input will be allowed for any of today's agenda items. Is there anyone from the public, either in the room or online, who would like to make a public comment? Sure, we'll start with Rita.
I just have a question. No, I'm not going to go to the microphone.
But we need to be able to record you, so I'm sorry.
It's got to be turned on.
Kayla, can we lower that for her? Or allow her to use
Is there another
lower
mic?
one?
That'll work.
Thank you.
If you could just kindly state your name and address, and then,
Rita Fromm, and I'm from Lincoln Township.
thank you.
And I'm just now getting a little more involved in all the things that you guys do and trying to learn as much as I can, and I'm way years behind. Whenever the agendas come out, they don't have the attachments, like you guys said, oh, this came with our packet, that came with our packet. How do we get copies of that packet? You can send me that? Yeah, so I went in, I signed up to get the agendas, and I get the agendas now, the different things, but it doesn't have the meat. So I just want to know where to get the meat. So if you could get me on that list, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. In fact, you bet, Rita. In fact, I would encourage us, like, if someone signs up for that, just give them the packet too, like whether or not they request it. It just makes it easier. It's fine.
I know.
Well, we're not printing it. We're just going to email it to you. If you want to print it, that's on you. She can come on up and state your name and address, and we'll hear you.
To pass around with something I'll be
Sure.
talking about. I'm not asking for any action, just to listen to me.
You bet.
Probably don't have any maybe there. My name is Misty Cosman, and I live at 19468 Highway 69 in Indianola, south of Quabi there. That is Squaw Creek Township, but I am coming to you as the Milo City Clerk. Milo has a fire EMS that has a 28B agreement with Otter Township. Otter Township does not have enough trustees. This information was found out and provided in January, and no action has been taken. According to Iowa Code 69.8, which is on the back of your page, the Board of Supervisors are to appoint those people. I took it upon myself because I do have a concern because we are a volunteer department, and we depend on $35,000 from Otter Township. So I took it upon myself to put a list together, a pretty diversified list that is across Otter Township of people that are available and ready to serve in those positions. And I would ask that you set this for your next agenda so that these people can be appointed. They do have phone numbers. Please call them and talk to them. It's imperative for the city of Milo, but also for the city of Indianola. City of Indianola receives $15,000 a year from Otter Township. They have a small portion near the edge of Indianola that they cover for fire and EMS, and that is an essential service. Would we still provide that if we don't get this in place? We would because that's an ethical question, and we follow through. It's of a great concern to my department and to the Otter Township trustees that is remaining. There's one still there who is wanting to resign because she has no help and she doesn't know where to turn. And I did talk with her today. She said she would like to stay, but that's pending whether or not there are other people appointed into the positions to help her. And that's all I've got.
I just
Thank
wanted
you.
to say thank you, and thanks for providing names and numbers. The board
Absolutely.
can, that makes it a lot easier than just an ambiguous, we need 3 people.
Right,
Perhaps we don't know them, perhaps,
yeah.
makes it a little easier if we've got a warmed-up list of folks that might be
Absolutely.
able and willing to serve.
Yes, and they are all able and willing to serve. I figured I would go put a whole bunch there, that way you can make your choices. Thank you.
And there are some others that I've come across that are interested as well, so.
We'll make sure to prioritize it and put it on our
Okay.
April 1st. We
Yeah,
just
I'll-
get through these people and.
I would appreciate that. The sooner the better, and simply because their budget is due the same as yours, so April 30th. And there are deadline constraints as far as public hearings. It's just on a smaller scale than the big county. So they have a 10 and 20 publication date, which means they have really, by the time you appoint them next week and they convene, they're only going to have about 3 weeks to put that together. And these are usually lay people who really don't understand a budget. So I have talked with Ted Ellison at the Department of Management. I will help guide them in the budgeting process, just what to do and how to do it and when to file it. But he has said that is fine if I do that. So just, time is of the essence, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
There's some extras if you want those.
Yeah, sure.
Michaela, can you make sure that that's on the April 1st?
There you go.
Thank you. Is there anyone else, either in the room or online, who would like to speak? Going once, going twice. Sold. All right, next meeting is going to be April 1st, 2025. That's 9:30 in the morning here in the boardroom. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Any discussion from the board?
I was actually trying to find, Kim Sheets sent out, and maybe you can help me, the date of the trustees conference. What
March
was that?
28th,
March 28th?
The 20.
25th, sorry. It's on a Tuesday.
25th, okay.
Yep,
No, 1 week
It
from
was-
today.
6 to 7:30.
Yep, it's on my calendar. I was just trying to find the dang date. It'd be really nice if we could get these people on for this
We would
kind of
need our
warm up.
Meeting before then.
Yeah.
If we didn't,
Anybody is welcome to attend that meeting. It's not closed to the public
so
or anything.
let's maybe make people that are wanting to
Yep.
aware of this meeting.
I think that meeting is by invitation, am I correct?
No.
No.
to trustees.
I put it on Facebook, and all the people that I've contacted, I've told them to go to this meeting. So it was never told to me by invitation, and I got an email as well, so.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think it is a meeting.
6 PM.
Yeah. And I'm happy because Otter does fall into my district. I'm happy to call this list starting tonight and work through
okay.
it tomorrow. And if we have a plethora of people who want to do it, and it sounds like Misty's done all the hard work already, we'll make sure that they have this information, that they can be there, and then let them know that we will make it official.
I'm more than willing because our timeline's coming up for the budget, so we're going to have a budget meeting soon. I'm also happy to have a special meeting following before or after a budget meeting. We can get them approved as well before the 25th, if that makes it easier, and they can be invited as actual trustees, so.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, RSVP.
The meeting?
Yes.
Or the,
Does-
no, you can just,
You have to call reservation. You have to RSVP.
Yep.
and attend.
yeah, you can attend, we're just wanting, yes, that's just for food and beverage, so, yes.
So if we did look at that in our budget, we're probably looking at next Tuesday, which would be the 25th?
Yes.
Okay, and possibly do it on then.
I'm fine having a meeting before that if it works for the board too. We need to get back into budget time, so whatever works. Yep, we can figure it out. Okay, with that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion from the board? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Erickson,
Aye.
DeWitt,
Aye?
Arnold,
Aye.
McIntyre,
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye, we're adjourned. Thank you all for your time. Thanks, Stephanie.